deep. Next level on the compensation plan, or really the top level in our unilevel plan, is what's known as, anyone? Premier. Premier. Yes, we did finally veer away from the K thing for the premiers because you did something wonderful, so woohoo, premier. Okay, so we have a premier in the crowd that we're going to pick on today, and that is Daniela Rains. Daniela, Venequa. Okay, you know what, stay right here for a second. I'm going to give you a gift before we start, okay? And I should probably, what?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, I should point out that because we have now got to the top level in our unilevel without drawing any pictures or anything like that, I think that that's saying a lot about our comp plan. We have a little phrase at Xango, and the phrase goes, dream big and keep it simple. Dream big but keep it simple. Okay, let me tell you the 3 things that Daniela did to become a premier. She has somewhere in her organization every month 50K in volume. Now, we could have called the level 50K, but again, premier, that was a little special. So 50,000 in organizational volume every month. Anybody want to tell me how many cases that is? 500. Nice, easy math. The second thing, as refers to on our slide, she must have 2 personally sponsored 20Ks and 1 personally sponsored 5K in her organization. So 2 20s and 1 5K. And the last thing that she's done is she's personally committed to getting 2 cases of juice delivered to her house every month through the automatic delivery program. 2 cases of juice, 8 bottles. And that's the highest level in our comp plan. I think that's significant because a lot of times in some of these plans, there's an awful lot of money that has to be paid out to get to the top levels. But a single mom with a young son can actually do it with a minimum purchase of 2 cases of juice a month. And I will point out one more piece of terminology to do with premier. The term select means that you have qualified as a premier for 3 consecutive months of a calendar quarter. In other words, January, February, March. If you do that for 3 consecutive months in a calendar quarter, you qualify for our quarterly bonus pool. And we'll talk about that later. But one of the great perks of becoming Premier Select, if you will, is that you get to go to Thailand with the company on something we call the Discovery Club trip. Now, yeah, okay. It's a fun trip. And it's different than any trip that most of our folks have ever been on before. And I know Daniela has been on this trip, so I'm going to quiz her a little bit. Now, you got to go to Thailand. How much does a Premier Select actually pay for their airline ticket to go to Thailand?
Nothing.
How come?
Because you pay for it.
The company pays, correct. Now, as a Premier Select with Xango, to go on the Discovery Club trip to Thailand, how much do you pay for your accommodations at the Mangosteen Resort and Spa?
Nothing.
How come?
Because you do.
Great. Here's the great thing about being Premier Select. We take you to Thailand. We pay for the airline ticket. We pay for the hotel accommodations. We pay for almost all of the food, with the exception of the days when you get to go and tool around Phuket and do things on your own. We pay for massages. We pay for parties that we have over there. And we do that for our Premier Selects. And you only go once. And it's your debut when you go as Premier Select. You get to go with a group. And many people in the room have been on that trip. Thank you very much, Daniela. Thanks for your help. You may be seated. A Premier is paid out on 9 levels. Let's say you're a 5K and you want to move up through the compensation plan. You don't have to do it alone. Chances are there is an upline 20K or a Premier or a 100K or a 200K or even a 500K that also has interest in helping you move up. And when I say a Premier needs 2 20Ks and a 5K, they already have 3 5Ks as a qualified 20. So they only need to help 2 of these progress to the next level. And one more perk to becoming a Premier, because when you get to that level, your organization is a pretty good size. Now I'm going to pick on Dwayne Dyer. He's obviously very high up in the Premier status, but just based on your Premier status alone, how many people do you have in your organization, Dwayne?
About 500,000.
About 500,000 people. Now, Dwayne, how many employees do you actually have?
0.
0. But you do have somebody that helps you with your organization every month to make sure that all your numbers are in order to qualify. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Yes. How much do you pay that employee?
0.
0. See, right behind Dwayne is Derek. Derek, stand up just for a second. Let the good people see the back of your head. Turn around, okay? Derek is what is known as an elite service rep. When you hit Premier with Xango, we give you your own personal concierge, if you will. These people watch your organization. They help you with your qualifications, because when you get to the Premier level, there's an awful lot of people in your organization. And that's a perk that we do in addition to See, that's not paid out of the compensation plan. That is a xango employee that is set up, and each and every person that hits Premier has their own elite service rep. For the discussion of 100K, I'd like to have one of our 100Ks that's in the crowd come forward here for a moment. Could I have Gabriella Morton come forward here? And yes, give her a round of applause. She deserves that round of applause for two reasons. One, that she is 100K select, but also that she gave birth to me, so that was nice of her. Yes, thank you. And Mom. Okay, let me tell you the things that Gabriella Morton did to get to 100K select. First, she has, as the name implies, 100,000 in organizational volume every month in her organization, which equates to how many cases of juice, anyone? 1,000. 1,000. Excellent. The next thing that she's done is she's got 3 personally sponsored 20Ks or higher in her organization. And 1 personally sponsored 5K or higher. And now the other thing that I must point out is that she has to purchase product every month as well. 2 cases. 2 cases of product. Thank you very much, Gabriella Morton. You're very welcome. The next level in our compensation plan is 200K. And I'm going to ask for some volunteers from the crowd. Could I have Cowrie and Jenny Thompson please come forward? Give them a round of applause. All right, Cowrie and Jenny. Now, I should probably point out that Cowrie and I called each other today, and we're dressed very similar. We are starting a boy band after today, so okay. You guys, buy our albums, all right? All right, Jenny, come this way. Let me tell you what Cowrie and Jenny did to become 200Ks. First of all, Cowrie and Jenny have, as their name implies, more than 200,000 in organizational volume that happens in their organization every single month. How many cases does that equate to? Anyone? 2,000. 2,000 cases of juice somewhere in their organization each and every month. They have 3 personally sponsored premiers in their organization. They have 1 personally sponsored 20K or higher in their organization, and they get personally delivered to their house each and every month via the ADP system a 2-case auto order. 2 cases of juice or 8 bottles. Give them a big round of applause. Thank you very much.
And we're going to Europe.
And they're going to Europe, yes. And when you get to 200K select, yes, Xango does in fact send you on a 200K select trip. This time it happens to be to Rome. How much are you going to pay for that airfare ticket to Rome? 0. How come? How much are you going to pay for your food while you're there? 0. How come? Because we're going to pay for it. How much are you going to pay for her clothes when we get there? Because that's yeah, all right. All right, and we are going to cover one more level here in this compensation plan training, and that is the level of 500K. 500K. Now, we have more than one 500K in the room, but for the sake of this discussion, I'm going to ask Anton Garrity to come to the front here, please. Anton Garrity, give him a big round of applause.